Welcome back to Quilting Mathematics, and this happens to be quilt number 23 in the series, and it's called Finding Archimedes, and we will find Archimedes before we leave this quilt. This was basically a quilt, or actually a visit to the Walters Museum a couple of years ago, where we were looking at remnants of what was a book that Archimedes had written. Also, a monk had written over in another direction on the book, and William Knoll at the Walters Museum actually gave us a talk on how the book was cleaned up and shown to the public for a number of months. The people that saw that book were very, very lucky. In the book itself, Archimedes is talking about a puzzle called his bellyache, and the puzzle basically is taking these 14 polygons here, putting them together in a variety of ways so that they would form a square. Well, probably this started the field of what we call combinatorics, all different possible combinations that would be put together, not necessarily any particular order. In 2003, it was discovered that about 17,152 ways exist of putting these polygons together into a square. And that's really very powerful, because when you think about it, Archimedes lived from roughly 287 BC to about 212 BC. The fabrics in this quilt are Japanese fabrics here, American-made fabrics here. To find Archimedes, he's hidden with his hat along this area right here. There's his hat. Here are his eyebrows. Here are his eyes. His nose, his mouth, his beard that's very, very heavily quilted, and then of course his cape that he is wearing. This is all quilted with Invisifil thread and quilted quite tightly when you see the quilt up close. Very, very narrow, 1/4 inch between each of the quilting. Stay tuned in this series. There will be more quilts to come. Presently I'm working on a Droste spiral, and my Droste spiral will be finished during 2014. Hope you've enjoyed this tour of the 23 quilts, and stay in touch.